We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. All right.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the 4th annual Demo Jam. I'm Rich, and if the accent doesn't give it away, I'm coming to you live today from the UK. We can't wait to get started, and we've got 7 amazing demos for you today. Go Ducks!
Rich, I said bucks,
What?
not ducks.
No,
you have the whole completely wrong sport. You're throwing off the vibe.
I'm so sorry.
I am Sarah Cloth, coming to you live from Milwaukee. We are here to highlight some of the best add-on products, emphasize the awesome opportunities Salesforce customers have to extend the capabilities of their stack through these different integrations. So excited to get started today with the Demo Jam.
Make sure to stay sharp, everyone, and keep track of your favorites, because today you have the chance to vote at the end of the session for your favorite solution. Make sure to show your love in the chat to our demoees too, because we've got one special swag prize to give away in this session at the end.
Yes, and each participant is going to have 4 minutes. In the words of Justin Timberlake, they've got a 4 minutes to give their demos, not 1 second over. And believe me, I have an obnoxious buzzer to play. So I pre-apologize for anybody that goes over their time. So close your ears. But hopefully I don't have to use it. So yes, Rich mentioned we're going to also be choosing a winner after all of this. So once everybody is done, we will open a poll. You'll see the poll on the right-hand side there. Everybody will be able to vote for your favorite app, your product. And then from there, we will be able to crown the official winner of our 2024 Demo Jam. So let's get started. To kick us off here, we are going to be bringing one of our fan favorites, 2 times previous Demo Jam winner. I'd like to introduce and bring Jacob here to the stage from Sercante. So while Jacob gets ready, get your screen ready. Sercante has grown and built a reputation for helping marketers succeed on the Salesforce platform. The Sercante Labs products are born out of the challenges that we all see as customers, routinely facing, and usually start with an idea submission from our team or someone in the community to give us these ideas. Jacob here today is going to showcase not 1, but 2 different products and how they can work together. You're going to get an inside look at flow actions for account engagement combined with the prospect updater app. All right, so Jacob, I've got the timer here. And I've got my buzzer on hand. So with that, are we ready to get started?
I think we are ready.
All right. I will start the timer the second you start the first word.
All right. Welcome, everyone. Good to be here for the 4th annual Demo Jam. Again, we'll be talking through 2 products using the Pardot API, Flow Actions for Pardot, and Prospect Updater. This scenario, this horror story for marketers. I got an email late last night saying, urgent list upload ASAP. Sorry for the late notice, but we need this uploaded immediately to send a follow-up to everyone, and just got the list from our event staff. Typical situation. Well, we got an email shortly after that from our sales associate, Jason. Disregard the email above. I know it's after hours, so I just went and uploaded it for you. That is one of the scariest things I've ever experienced and have experienced. Don't worry, though. Prospect Updater is here to help you out. We have this set up so the list was imported, everyone's in the system, and we were able to get connected to Salesforce. Because dev orgs are slow, we're going to show you what this looks like quickly in the moment. So we're going to relate Einstein to the Texas Rangers. Sorry, got to get in costume for y'all. Go World Series champions, Texas Rangers. All right, job title, World Series champions. Let's go. They're based in Arlington, Texas, not Dallas. They attended Marge Riemann, and we have some follow-up notes for that. We're going to create that prospect. While this prospect is being created in the moment, Einstein is already being put through Prospect Updater. We saw that the country and city and state values were not up to snuff and needed for our lead assignment rules. So we were able to go on in and see that US and Texas were then changed to spelled out Texas and spelled out United States. Additionally, quickly in the moment, we were able to see that this was marked as a target account and not spam. All of this is done with our Prospect Updater backend, so we can identify country, state, target account, competitors, and even spam for fake information. The power of Prospect Updater is that you get to control what these values are. We have these standards, but if there's something specific to your target accounts, your competitors, what country values you want fixed, this is for you and you get to control that. Well, how about we now take this into the Flow Actions for Pardot side? We need to send this email out, but we also need to make sure we're properly tracking that engagement. Don't worry again, we have Flow Actions for Pardot in place on the back end to, once this is connected to Salesforce, we're mapping that external activity. How are we doing that? Simple. Event name and status were populated. That's all you need to do. In this moment, we have our flow, a little bit of Salesforce magic taking place to use those 2 fields to create an object registration in a tech event. It's our event platform inside of a custom object. With our Salesforce magic and those 2 fields being populated, we can see that inside of this backend, we are first doing a get lead and get record to determine, does this record already exist in Pardot? If so, we're good. If not, we need to create that record. Flow Actions for Pardot inside of the backend uses, again, the power of the Pardot API to Pardot data, do external activity capture, add to static list, create prospect, query prospect to upsert. So much power. Again, we have send external activity. We're using those 2 fields for event name and event status to then send that information over. We've captured that external activity properly in the moment. And finally, we can create a dynamic list for our engagement nurture program email that looks at everyone engaged with our custom object in a tech events for attended, registered. Want to take it a step further? Pull in Prospect Updater custom fields so you can flag your target accounts, flag spam, as well as look at and remove competitors from your email. So again, so much with the Pardot API. Here we go. Let's dive on in.
You are so lucky. You had
I know.
4 seconds left.
Yep.
We have saved everybody's eardrums.
No pressure for our next follow-up one then to also save our eardrums as well. Talking of our next presenter, we have Brent Alexander from PLF. PLF is the leading end-to-end direct mail technology company, makes all aspects of direct mail easier for sales, marketing, and customer success organizations. Their technology is natively integrated with Salesforce, so you can use your data to automate, personalize, and measure your direct mail programs within your current system. And on that note, I can see Brent is also wearing a lovely hat, probably, again, a Texas Rangers fan. Everyone's got the wrong sport this morning, but we'll be fine. Over to you, Brent.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. And just one correction, it is PFL is the company name there. But we're up here in beautiful Montana, just outside of Yellowstone. So I wanted to make sure that I wore the appropriate attire. So the question is, have you ever been stuck in a decades old or centuries old process where you're trying to add the most effective channel that you can possibly have, which is direct mail? But it's a long process. It's really dated. You're having to pull lists that get old by the time you get to it. And really, it's just not as effective as it needs to be. Then if you want to try and do what we all talk about with the AI and data and segmentation, it becomes next to impossible. You can never pull something like this off on a regular basis, and you sure can't pull it off if you're trying to do it day to day. The good news is PFL can help. We can help you automate the entire process. We can incorporate into your marketing automation and CRM platforms, and we can bring a team of experts to ensure that we do this exactly right, with exactly the right message to exactly the right contact at exactly the right time. So let's jump into a demo and I'll show you exactly how this all works. So in the example today, we are going to use Salesforce Marketing Cloud as our demo provider. So where PFL fits in all of this, and we can do this in both marketing automation and CRM platforms, but we become a new message type in the overall journey. So right here, we can see all the digital channels that we have, all the communication that we need to be doing, but digital channels just create clutter at times. Some people have a preference for direct mail if they're in a younger or older demographic. Sometimes we just need to have a wow factor. Sometimes we need to buy a moment of attention that's really hard to do with digital communication. And that's where physical assets come into play. So you can see in my journey here, I have email communication going out. I'm able to segment if they've opened the email in real time. I can look to see if their title is a certain thing, and I can really start to break this down as much as I want in real time. So if one person opens that email today, I can send a direct mail piece instantly off of that information to start the production process. It's as easy as taking your message type, dragging and dropping it anywhere into the funnel that you want. And then all we have to do is configure this and let the journey run from there. When I come into one of our apps, this will load what we call the asset library. So this becomes a reflection of your brand. It's your greeting cards, it's your postcards, it's your event invites. It can be your swag products. There's really no limitation to the type of products that can be available inside of a store like this. But in this case, we're trying to drive towards a meeting because we're in a B2B example. So I want to select the meeting maker here. When we pull this up, this gives us the ability to map the data that we need as we go through this. We can start to look at the delivery information here. We can map to whatever contact or whatever object or data extension that's available. So in this example, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to pull in, obviously, contact fields. And then I'm going to look at the fields that are available inside of that object, and I'm going to do first name. So now this is how I know what data I need in order to execute this send every single time. And then as we scroll down, we also have template data. Template data is where we can start to bring in a level of personalization to the piece. Dear first name, thank you for showing interest in XYZ event. Title could be used to change out text blocks to make it relevant to a CEO versus a director. Industry could be used to change out images to make it relevant for the manufacturing industry or relevant for the HLS industry. This new way of doing it is the way of the future. But wait, there's more. We also return all of this tracking data into Marketing Cloud so that we can help you with your attribution reporting on your most successful channel, which is direct mail. Let us know if we can help you.
Another record. You think you had a whole 15 seconds to spare there. So fastest yet.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. Awesome. So next up, we have our friends over at Stensul. So I'd like to invite Josh to the stage here. Stensul, for those who don't know, is our reigning champion. So no pressure, Josh. They took home the Demo Champion Award last year. Stensul allows you to create emails and landing pages without all of the back and forth. The email and landing page creation platform lets teams create on-brand marketing assets easily and effectively. So more time can really be spent optimizing marketing performance that impacts your business. So some other inside information about Stensul is all of the emails that you guys have received about Dreaming leading up to this event, during this event, those have all been built on the Stensul platform specifically. So little insider info there. So now, Josh, you've only got 4 minutes. I know you sloths over at Stensul can be a little slow. I've seen Zootopia. I know how it goes. So are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, the floor is yours.
All right, nice to speak to everyone. My name is Josh Klein. I'm a senior solution consultant here at Stensul, and we offer a collaborative email and landing page creation platform that really reduces the time and struggle it takes to create an email or landing page from initial idea or request to being deployed from an email or marketing automation platform. So here I am showing the email builder side of Stensul, where users will create emails with pre-built and render-tested modules that have brand guidelines already built in. So once an email is created, users can also kick off a review and approvals process right within Stensul or sync to other workflow tools. And then finished emails can then be pushed via API from Stensul to any email deployment solution. So here I'm going to add some modules to my canvas and build out the frame for my email. So once I've added a few modules here, I can then go and start from the top and adding my content and styling them. So once I've added them here, I can add my copy, my images, my links. And as I mentioned, these modules have brand guidelines locked in, where all the emails created will meet those brand standards. So you can even have an intern come in and build your emails, and everything's going to be perfectly on brand, render as expected, and include all the necessary components that will be accessible to all recipients and remain compliant. So starting at the top of our email here, this logo, I can't remove it. I can't change it. I can choose between left and center alignment. I can change to a couple pre-approved on-brand background colors, but I can't do anything else. As I come down to this title text here, I have a 2-line limit. So if I try to go beyond that, I'll get flagged. So I can always make sure this module is going to look good. Similar with our CTA here, I have a character count limit built in. So if I go beyond that, try to drop a sentence into the CTA, it's not going to let me. Now our title text here, I can change a couple different font sizes. I can change to a couple pre-approved on-brand font colors, but nothing more. Whereas I come down to this text element here, I have a lot more flexibility in terms of editing. I can even drop in some of my personalization tags, my merge fields from Salesforce Marketing Cloud, Pardot, any of your other ESPs as well. So that's a human-friendly terminology, but on the back end, it's going to have the appropriate syntax once it lands in your ESP or map, in order to appropriately pull in that variable and send out the email to who needs to see it. Now, as we come down a little bit further in our email here, we can toggle on and off different elements to give this a completely different look and feel. So if I want to toggle off my text and CTA on the right, my image on the left, I can do that here and give this module a completely different look, but it's going to remain brand compliant. Now, once I've put all of my content in the email, maybe I want to go ahead and send this for review within Stensul. So there's often a lot of back and forth involved in this process. You can save a lot of time by running it through this review process, where it will flow from one stage to the next, and whatever teams or individuals need to come in order to review this can do that here. So as we head into the review process, and that can be synced to things like Microsoft Teams and Slack as well to meet people where they're working, we can get into our email proof, where we can toggle between desktop, mobile, as well as light mode, partial dark, and full dark mode to make sure it looks good across all formats. And now I can leave comments on it, where I could tag a team member and say, make a change to this image, and they will get notified of that. They can come in here, they can reply, they can make the change, and then ultimately they can resolve it, very similar to Google Docs. I can also preview all of my links and alt text to make sure everything's going to the right place. And I can always filter my comments as needed to make sure that I'm looking at only open comments or only comments made by a certain person. Now, once the email is fully approved, we can go ahead into our email and we could click this complete button. Now, once we do that, we're able to push via API directly into any ESP. And now that process that previously took weeks is reduced to days. And we'd love to hear from you if you'd like to learn more.
Literally, probably about a millisecond left, and I would have hit this buzzer. And there's it accidentally for those that were wondering.
Accidentally, yeah. You just wanted to press the buzzer, didn't you? You wanted to make sure you got a chance to press it this session.
I wanted to push the button.
Even if it says don't, you'd press it. Yeah.
Always fun.
Perfect. Well, thanks for that, Stensul. That was great. Next up, we've got a great presentation from Mogli SMS and from one of our friends over there, Neil Buttakavelli. Mogli is the premium SMS and WhatsApp solution on the Salesforce App Exchange. They supercharge your content strategy and allow humans to empower connection through elegant innovations and conscientious partnerships so that you can do more of what matters. Neil, I hope that was good enough pronunciation for you. Yeah. Otherwise, Sarah and Angelica will make me do lines to get it right.
No, you did great. Thanks for the introduction.
Perfect.
Again,
no problem. Well, we'll hand it over to you now then.
Great. Well, again, my name is Neil Buttakavelli. I'm an account executive here at Mogli, located in Chicago, Illinois. And today I'm going to walk you through how you can send one-to-one messages, automated messages, and bulk messages to any standard or custom object in Salesforce. On my screen here, you're seeing I'm on a contact record. I have the ability to send a free form message directly to this student over here. So I can click in. I'll say, hi, everyone. I can add files, links, attachments, even things like emojis. If I click here, and then when I'm ready to send, all I would have to do is click this red arrow, and both will send and store in real time. And if I don't want to free-form write a message, you also have the ability to send a templated message. So if I click this drop down here, I like to show email confirmation because it leverages merge fields. Once I click here, you can see it says, hi, first name, we're having trouble reaching you. Is your email still email? And when I click send here, we'll pull directly from those fields and actually personalize that message. And if I don't want to send this message now, I can very easily write a message, click this clock and say, I want to send this message tomorrow at, let's just say 17 a.m. Once I click send here, it will still store in real time, but you'll notice below it will show the number it's coming from and then what time and date it's scheduled to go out. We also can trigger messages to go out based on things like a status update, a field being checked, etc. If I just scroll up here, I'll just change the student stage to accepted. And once I click save, it will automatically trigger a message to go out. And over here in the conversation, you'll be able to see that accepted message. Oh, running a little slow, sorry about that. But here now when I click save, over here in the conversation view, you can now see the message says, congratulations, Neil, you've been accepted to Mogli University. To log into your portal, please click this link. We also can send messages directly to things like campaigns, reports, and list views by going to our bulk SMS interface here. I'll just click here and search for a campaign for student stage accepted. Once I click here, it will populate all the recipients over on the right. And I can freeform write a message or send a templated message here. I'll send a faster reminder where you can see it says, hi, first name, don't forget to fill out your financial aid form for the deadline. If you have any questions, please call or text us. And again, I can send this message in real time. I can upload an attachment, or I can actually schedule this to go out. So I'll just say I'll send this tomorrow, click send, and then it will send it, at that scheduled date and time. And then as responses come in, we will notify you directly in Salesforce as well. The first way would be the flashing toolbar here on the bottom left. This will start to flash to indicate that a message came in that's important to a user. You'll also hear an audible chime. And if I click here, I can see my responses. I can click here, go directly back to the record. And then we also have what we call our Mogli inbox, which is one centralized place where I can very easily manage all of my conversations, very similar to how I manage my email inbox. So here I can see all of my unread messages. I can click here, I can see the full conversation history. I can send a message, schedule a message, and so on. And then in the conversation view, we also leverage color coordinations and avatars to make it very easy to go onto a record and see what's being sent by who. So for example, my colleague Freddie sent a message. I can very easily see that by his color, his message here. And then I've chosen this red color with my avatar, my number down here below as well. We also can be used via things like WhatsApp, Pardot, Omnichannel. And we also have a feature called Mogli Voice, which will allow you to send a voice message instead of an SMS message, or a text to voice, to where if I were to say a template here and I were to click send, it would actually ring that contact's phone. When they answer it, the message would be read back to them using merge fields for personalization. And again, Mogli can use any standard or custom object. And we also are cross objects. So if you're texting with the lead to start, that lead becomes a contact or an opportunity. All of that conversation history will carry over across their journey through Salesforce.
I think that was slightly unfair. I think he got there in time, but again, trigger happy on that horn, Sarah.
I just wanted to press the button again. Awesome. So thank you for that. Next up, we've got our fifth presenter coming onto the stage. We've got Titan. So Amit, we'd like to welcome you to the stage here. While you get your demo ready and screen share ready, just a quick intro for everybody. Titan is a robust all-in-one platform for Salesforce. It lets you build sophisticated products like portals, progressive and dynamic forms, document generation, schedules, dashboards, all kinds of awesome stuff, all completely code-free. So I'm super excited to see this one. So Amit, are you ready to rock?
I'm ready to go. Thank you very much. Okay, so let me tell you why this platform is for marketing. So let me show you how to build a form. Form is a very, very important component of marketing world for sure. And let me show you how easy it is. Ever heard of a thing called AI? It's pretty new, but it's pretty exciting at the same time. So let me show you how to create an account and a contact form. You can have as many objects as you like, but this AI will take it to the next level. So now it will ask me how many records do I want to create? Well, I want to create one account and one contact. I want to create a record. You can update, read, upsert, really is up to you. At this point, it's going to say, what fields do you want to insert into that form? So I can choose my object. So I know I've got contact. I want to do first name. I want to do last name. And then I want to do email. And then finally, I want to do home phone. That's one more field I want to have in this object. So once I've selected everything, I've got my fields ready and I click apply, guess what? The AI generates it for you. How cool is that, right? In about 30 seconds, you've got a form up and running. Well, let's fill it out. Let's see if it actually works. So I'm going to go ahead and enter some data. Now here, I'm just going to enter the email. I'm going to enter some number. And then finally, I'm going to enter the company name, which is Titan. Now, as I click submit, this data will go into Salesforce. If I go to Salesforce now and I refresh, look at that. It's ended up in here. The amazing part, it's linked the email, it's linked the contact, it's linked the account. Isn't that cool? Everything done for you in about under a minute. Really, really cool stuff here. So at this point, we took it to the next level. We were like, okay, well, can people build portals on this platform? Absolutely. Look at this, drag and drop functionality, no code required. Literally a blank canvas, and think of it like an artist and build what you want, up to you. Doesn't matter, one page, multiple pages, it does not matter. So you can embed this inside of Experience Cloud if you want to, or you can run it standalone on the Titan platform. So when you run it standalone on the Titan platform, a customer is able to log in. How do they log in? Well, as long as any object has an email address, that's all we really care about, whether it's custom or standard. And once you're logged in, essentially, let's say I click on the first section here, it's going to preload some data. And now I can go ahead and fill up some more data. This is great for progressive profiling. We want to be able to get some data, but also people can come back and enter more and more data. Now, as I enter data and I do save and next, this data will fly directly into Salesforce. We do not store the data anywhere. It all comes to Salesforce. So everything will come in here as I refresh now. So have a look. And look at that, all that data has flown in really, really nicely. And guess what? Back in here, if I was to go back out, it will conditionally check off that section. And then when somebody wants to log back in, they'll be able to know where to fill all of this stuff out. So really, really cool functionality. You can build a portal. It's no longer intimidating. It's so easy to build. It's all drag and drop functionality. If you're a developer, or if you're not a developer, this is no longer an intimidating thing to do. It's all literal drag and drop. And I will stress that over and over again. Finally, it's very important that we're able to build nice proposals. So inside here, this is a document that's coming from Salesforce. All the data I'm pulling in here is coming from here, coming from the related products, coming from the related contact roles into the document. Now, in this document here, all this data is coming from Salesforce. If I scroll further back down, everything that's labeled in pink is coming from Salesforce. Every data type you can think of is coming from Salesforce. So if you want to generate nice proposal, you certainly can. It's not a problem. But what about multiple records? Well, have a look here. These are all multiple records coming from Salesforce, including the image, including some data. Everything is coming from Salesforce, dynamically set up for you. And we can also do that in the table.
Close.
Good enough.
Good enough. Yeah. Very good. Thank you for that, Amit. Okay, so we're getting towards the tail end of the demo jam, of the demos themselves. And for now, I'd like to introduce Tony Sercante from Stashr. Stashr is the first automated backup, recovery, and versioning tool for Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Please do take it away, Tony.
Thank you so much. So I am Tony Zupanzik, and I am thrilled to be here at the demo jam from our Dreamin'. So I am one of the co-founders of Stashr.io, the first app exchange app for Salesforce Marketing Cloud engagement, backup, and recovery. So before I get into the actual demo, if you guys can do me a favor, if you guys have ever had something in Marketing Cloud change, get deleted, get moved, and you couldn't find it, throw some emojis in the chat. If you've ever had to do some heavy debugging and spend a good amount of time to find it and figure out what's going on, give me some emojis, give me some GIFs, let me know. So what Stashr is able to do is we can go in and we can create a backed up configuration. So we can give it a set schedule, give it a name that we can find it, and Stashr is able to let you select your folders that you want to back up. So this works across Content Builder, data extensions, shared content, shared data extensions, and automations. So once we have the folders selected, we can hit run and we can review it and save. So what Stashr is going to do is it's going to go through your folders. It's going to grab all of the assets that are within them and allow you to review them before you actually save this configuration. So we can see the actual API call from the Marketing Cloud APIs. We can also take a look at the specific content of the assets as well. If we wanted to take a look at the data extension schemas, that's there as well. With content, if you have anything like API keys in a script activity, we're able to actually go in, allow you to redact those so nothing gets committed to version control before you go in and save the configuration. So now that we have our backup configuration and we are happy with it, we're going to go ahead and hit that save and close. So Stashr is going to save this. It's going to know when this configuration is supposed to run. And now we know that anything in the future that we add to this configuration's folders are going to automatically be backed up and committed to version control. So the nice thing about that is if there are no differences, there's not going to be a commit made. So your history and your versioning history is not going to get bloated with a bunch of noise and non-changes, basically. So that's the backup. That's the setup of what Stashr has. So now imagine worst case scenario, we get an email saying that some personalization has broken over the weekend, and we need to figure out what's going on with it. So I've been proactive. I have this backed up in our Stashr instance, and I can go into our snapshot recovery. So what this is going to do is it's going to pull the data from Marketing Cloud as it exists today, and it's going to look at the commits from our most recent and our previous versions. So we had a commit run recently, so everything looks up to date, but I know that something is off. I know that a change has been made. So I can go into my commit history. I can go into one of my more recent commits, and I can right away see that something within Automation Studio has changed. So I can go directly into Automation Studio, drill down into the automation, and I can see that a query definition has been modified. So if you're like me, I can look at JSON all day, but looking at this in plain text would be a little bit easier. So I can pull that exact query and see exactly what's changed. So I know on line 6, there's been a modification. Now, this is a very basic implementation. It's a very basic use case, but imagine this is a more complex query or script, and you want to test this in isolation before you bring it back into your production instance. So what I can do is I can go into my recovery options. I can hit recover modified definitions, and this is going to actually recreate that query definition. Oops. All right.
Gotcha.
Sounds good.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Tony. And just wanted to say, as a quick reminder, Stashr have a running a session later today as well. So remember to drop by and see that. He won't be timed, and so you can ask some questions, and they'll be able to go into more detail. But do bear that in mind as well.
Awesome. So next and last, but not least, we have our final presentation. We've got Saleswings joining us next. So Jeffrey, are we ready to join us up here? Awesome. So Saleswings delivers best-in-class B2B lead management, profiling, qualification, sales insights, capabilities to Marketing Cloud, to Salesforce CRM. So a lot of awesome stuff for us to learn here today. So Jeffrey, we've got a lot of great demos to follow. The bar has been set pretty high.
No pressure.
You are a ringer. Let's see if we can pull it off. So we're ready.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, and happy Friday, everyone. So look, today I'm thrilled, for those who don't know us, to introduce you to Saleswings. So the idea is to show you in the next 4 minutes, that's going to be fast-paced, fasten your seatbelt, how Saleswings can truly empower you and your team to achieve exceptional results by leveraging digital behavior and true lead scoring. So at Saleswings, we're all about innovation, and we've identified a critical gap in the Marketing Cloud engagement suite: the lack of true lead tracking and lead scoring. So what is Saleswings, and how does it fill this gap? Saleswings is a compact and fully integrated platform complementing Marketing Cloud and Sales Cloud with a set of essential B2B capabilities that you may know from Marketo, Pardot, or Eloqua. We make digital data collection easy, and our goal is to translate granular behavioral activities and demographic data into valuable sales and marketing insights, all available and actionable in Salesforce. So it's worth saying that it's not restrictive to B2B space, though. We have B2B2C and B2C customers, especially for higher consideration purchases. You can think about industries like real estate, automotive, financial services, and so on. So in XFMC, the data lives as attributes and is pushed in real time in dedicated data extensions. One of our main assets is the plug and play approach. Thanks to our pre-built API connector, it takes less than 10 minutes to connect Saleswings to Salesforce Marketing Cloud. In Sales Cloud, the data lives as native custom objects that are created when you install your managed package. We make it easy with a quick deployment for a fast time to value. So let's go back to Marketing Cloud engagement for a minute. Saleswings is an amazing, reliable data source for marketers. One of our main use cases is the dynamic segmentation based on web activities within a journey. Here is an example using a decision split with Saleswings data to route your leads to the perfect tailored path based on funnel stage and/or interest. Continue enhancing this one-to-one personalization with dynamic content and trigger impactful calls to action based on funnel stage and recent activities, all at your fingertips. Drag and drop, not technical, no complexity. With Saleswings, there is no need to be a coding wizard to create granular lead scoring. It doesn't require any technical expertise. Saleswings offers a user-friendly interface and allows you to build scoring and grading logic for your leads, contacts, accounts, and opportunities. You can do it all from the most basic to the most advanced with ease and no code. Now that we've seen how you can tailor communication based on score, interest, or interesting digital moments during a buying journey, let's talk about the crucial aspect of marketing and sales alignment. Marketing Saleswings truly avoids silos and strengthens the alignment. Here is an example of a sales alert triggered from Marketing Cloud to the lead owner based on a score threshold so the sales team can immediately engage. The goal is really to enhance lead comprehension with incredible real-time sales insights so your sales team can prioritize their outreach and go after the low-hanging fruits. We don't rely on AI to provide trends. Instead, we rely on ICPs and granular digital activities triggered by each individual during their journey. We translate these events into 100% customizable point-based score, tags, and insights so your sales reps can approach the most engaged leads and contacts in a timely and effective manner. Our data can also be used as a valuable data source to feed tools like Einstein or Interaction Studio and enhance their existing AI or machine learning type of models. You can unlock ABM plays by visualizing account engagements, enhance visibility around opportunities, or even use our out-of-the-box reports to capture in one look your leads funnel stage, their interest and level of engagement, and even anticipating upsell or cross-sell opportunities. Lastly, you can access our out-of-the-box campaigns reports to have granular information and even tie any information from your channel to the pipe generation and revenue generation. Of course, in 3 minutes, it's impossible to cover all the ways Saleswings can benefit your business. So if you want to take your Salesforce Marketing Cloud to the next level and strengthen the alignment between your marketing and sales team, book a meeting via this QR code, and we will be happy to discuss how Saleswings can elevate your success. Thanks, everyone, for your attention, and I look forward to connecting with you. Have a great one.
Awesome. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Next up, we have our poll launching. We might have lost Richard. All right. So for those of you, now is the time to vote. You should be able to go to the polls tab and see the poll for you to be able to live vote. And we've got Richard back to tell you all about the voting system.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, the horn. My computer decided when the horn played, it's had enough. It ended like it should do after 4 minutes. So as you can see, the poll is being displayed for you now. I don't know if Sarah's already mentioned, but Avigate is also known as Stashr. So if you're thinking where's Stashr, it's under there. This poll, if you go to the top right on your poll section, you can click there and you'll be able to vote. Please do vote. We're going to have it open for another couple of minutes. Do remember this vote is up there, possibly more important than the Oscars or the Golden Globes. So no pressure to everyone involved. While we're waiting for that, Sarah, I've got a quick question for you. As we are doing a demo jam, what is your favorite type of jam and why?
Favorite type of jam, huh? I mean, I'm definitely not a grape jam person. It's got to be something in the reds, the mixed berries, the strawberries, the raspberries. I don't know about that weird orange marmalade guy. I don't know that he belongs to the table.
Well, I mean, it's a marmalade. It's not a jam, right? You can't have that. What about your compots or your coulis? Any of those?
I'm not sure what that first, actually, either one of those are. Here in the US, we have preserves and jelly and jam.
Okay. Well, apricot jam,
Preserves?
that would be my vote. See, I think we're a little bit more sophisticated, so it's called fancier names. That's the Europeans coming out in us. Perfect. Right. So while the chat is inevitably going to explode with people's jam preferences, I think we might be ready to have a look at the winner of the poll.
We can't let Stensul win again, guys.
No. Come on. I saw there was at least 150 people in the chat. There's more people that should be voting. Come on, guys. I'm not going to close it yet.
A lot of you haven't voted yet. Can we get a handful more?
Yeah.
Is everybody able to see the poll okay? We got a lot of strawberry jam for the win going on.
I mean, there's a jalapeno jam in there as well, right? Do you have that on toast, or would you have that with other foods? These are the hard-hitting questions that anyone needs to do.
All right. It looks like
We'll do 20 more seconds. Get us to the minute mark.
we're going to have a clear winner here. Should we do a countdown? 10, 9. Should I hit the buzzer again?
I think you should hit the buzzer.
Who wants
6,
to hear the
5.
buzzer?
Everyone obviously wants the buzzer. That's what they've come here for.
All right.
Give the people what they want, Sarah.
Poll is closing. Ready? It's got a mind of its own.
It's so obnoxious.
I didn't even touch it that time.
It will. Okay, perfect. Well, in that case, the winner is Stensul again, keeping their crown.
Reigning champ, 2 years in a row.
Some have started to whisper the sports terminology of dynasty. Who knows? Do you need 3 for a dynasty, right?
Cool.
Okay. Perfect.
So we have got a few minutes left. If there's any burning questions for any of our presenters, feel free to post it in the Q&A. We'll invite them back on stage here to help answer any of these questions that we've got. We've got one quick one here. Stensul, if you're still here, we've got a question about pricing. Where are you, Josh? Josh.
I believe this was answered in the chat, but yes, Stensul does have pricing plans that are going to be dependent for each company. So certainly reach out to us and we can get aligned on that.
Yes, and we will drop the URLs to their websites as well into the sessions here so everybody can view more about those.
That's great. I did see a question as well asking if the demo jam session is being recorded, and I believe, like all the sessions on here, it is being recorded, so you will be able to go back and see it. So I hope that answers that question I saw above. Is there any more questions for anyone here while we've got them? We've got a couple more minutes. We can wait and see.
Cool. Doesn't look.
Don't make Sarah press the buzzer again.
Awesome. So it looks like we can wrap then.
I have seen one more come in. I'm sorry, I asked for it. It's here. It is for PFL. And it is, can we buy materials to send right from PFL? Do we have Brent here?
Short answer is absolutely. We become that single source that can help with creative, campaign strategy, and sourcing and production. We are a commercial print house and fulfillment center as well. So we can do it all for you.
That's what we like to hear. Thank you, Brent.
Of course.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. So before we go, those of you that participated in the chat, we are going to be selecting a winner for some awesome swag that we've got. We're going to be announcing the winner from today's Demo Jam in our keynote later today. So make sure to go and view that to hear who wins. Also, I just want a reminder, it's not too late to score a Genius Bar session. You can find the Genius Bar up in the top navigation. It's an awesome opportunity to get some one-on-one support, any burning questions, any places you're stuck, anybody you just want to hang out with, feel free to grab some time with the team here. They'll help you support. And then right now, in a few minutes, we've got an awesome, great panel coming up about exploring how MOPS gets things done. So make sure to check that out. And then, as I mentioned, we've got the keynote coming up all about the age of generative AI. And that is starting at noon Eastern. So with that, we will let you guys go. Go Bucks!
Go Ducks!
Confused with the Ducks. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great one.